Hey everybody, today we are making my homemade beef stock. Now, Rich is going to go ahead and jump right into this. Now, for you, this will be a real quick video. For me, this is going to be an all day affair. Saturday or Sunday would be a perfect time to do this because this is a really big pot and it's going to take 5 to 6 hours for this to cook, but it's gonna smell amazing. If your house is kind of stinking today, oh yeah, you want to do this. It'll be awesome. So let's go ahead and get cooking. So the first thing you need are bones, beef bones. Now I've been saving these up, I guess about 6 months or so. How did I get so many? T-bone steak, bone-in ribeye, my birthday tomahawk. You need to go watch that video. And I've got Ziploc bags full of them. Probably these 2 bags probably be more than enough for your needs. But I got them, so we're going to use them. So the more you got, the more of that rich beef broth flavor you're going to get. But we're not going to just boil these. We're taking it up 2 or 3 notches to really get this good. We're going to start off by adding herbs. Now I've got all kinds of herbs here. And I like putting them in first so that the flavors are going to cook up from the bottom and make sure we get just mixed around completely. Got this big old container here of basil. We're going to throw that in there. I've got thyme. I've got more thyme. Now, we got lots of parsley here. Italian. Well, Italian if you're Cajun perhaps. Rosemary. Rosemary the herb, not Rosemary Clooney the singer. Don't get those mixed up. She's probably a little on the dry side at this point. Now that we got all of our herbs in, we're going to add all of our bones. Now these are frozen, but it doesn't matter. I mean, they're going to boil, they're going to thaw out as you boil it. Now, all the different ways that I've cooked steaks is going to bring all sorts of interesting flavors. That's why you save them all. They've been smoked, they've been grilled, they've been fried. So we're going to have a cacophony of flavors. And that's my old birthday tomahawk right there. Man, look at that. You know what? I think we're going to finish right here. I got one more bag, but man, I don't know if we can get it all in now. So now I'm going to put a little small can of tomato paste in here. No salt. Remember, broth is an ingredient. We don't want to salt this. We want to adjust whatever it is we're cooking, be it a soup or whatever it is, ourselves. We don't want to put salt in it, add this, and then, oh no, we've put too much salt in. So you eliminate that. You just don't put salt in. The main reason store-bought has salt is for preservation purposes. Now, Mine is going in the freezer, so we don't have to worry about all that. And I missed an herb, bay leaves. We're gonna throw all those in there. Now we're gonna add some vegetables. I got 2 pounds of baby carrots. Do you have to have baby carrots? No, just get regular carrots, cut them up. This is just convenient for me. They're nice and small. They'll fit in here really easy and just make my life a little more manageable. Now, do you have to use 2 pounds? No. You may not have a pot big enough for 2 pounds of this. You may not have a pot big enough for all those bones. Your pot may not even be big enough for all those herbs. So there's not going to be any written ingredients as to amounts because, well, your pot may vary from mine. Now here I have 2 pounds of celery, and I buried underneath we got leeks, 2 pounds of them. Now remember, always with leeks, you got to give them a good rinse because they're in the onion family, and onions live underground, and you've got to, they'll pick up all sorts of dirt and crud, so you don't want that in your cooking. Go ahead and get that all in there. Oh yeah, this is gonna be good. Now we're gonna fill it up with hot water. Now I like using hot water just because we're gonna boil this, and it'll help us get there a little bit quicker because this is a big pot. Gonna take a long time to get to a boil. When it boils, we're then going to take it down to a very low simmer where it's just a little bloop, 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 you know, the bubbles, nothing big, nothing fancy, and let it go for 5-6 hours. And when you can, break up your leeks. See that? Break that up if you can. Don't have to. It'll boil loose. But let's go ahead and get some water in this. Now, if you wanted to, if you really wanted to go crazy, and you've seen me do it with chicken stock, is I'll get store-bought stock and fill this up with it. And it'll just take you to a whole other level. If you go that route, and I'd recommend you give it a try sometime, buy no salt added stock. Again, stock is an ingredient, and salt is an ingredient. We don't want the two mixing up. So let's get some water in here. For those of you who just want to see it, there it is. Hot water going in. You can even see the steam rising up. This is how hot it is. We just want to submerge it. That's all we got to do. I'm going to cut here because, hey, do you really want to watch water? I mean, I almost forgot. Peppercorns. Now, you know the recipe for this. Exactly. Count them. 14. You want 14, and do not mess this up. Exactly. 14 peppercorns. You put 15 in there, you run the whole thing. You put 13 in there, you never taste it. It's exactly 14. There's a science to it. Trust me. Now that we finally have everything in here, we're going to go ahead and hit the heat on high. And when this starts boiling, we'll turn it down. And every hour or so, we'll give it a little stir. And when it's ready, in about 5 or 6 hours, now I generally like to count after it comes to a boil. Some people from the moment you put the heat on. Yeah, it's not properly working the way it should until you got it to that boil and then brought it back down. Now, once it comes to a boil, you're going to be tempted to put the lid on it. Don't. Part of what we're doing is we're reducing it down. We want steam to come off because that's flavorless water. As it comes down, it's going to become more concentrated and it's going to give you more flavor. So don't put the lid on it. Just bring it to your boil and then let it simmer all day and enjoy the smell. I'm already smelling it now. I mean, the leeks, the celery, the peppercorn, the perfectly counted number of peppercorn. It's just all coming together right now. And as this simmers throughout the day, your house is going to smell amazing. So, we're going to go ahead and let this cook. And for you, it'll just be a couple seconds. For me, I'll see you in about 5 or 6 hours. Just a quick look before we start straining it. I want you to see it was way up here, and after 6 hours it reduced down way down here, which is a good thing. That's what we want. All those flavors are more concentrated, and it's just going to be amazing. The straining process doesn't really take a whole lot. You need a colander like this, hopefully one that fits in a bowl like this. And if you've got one with a pour spout like this, you will be thankful. After that, you're gonna need something to put it in. I use old Folgers coffee can. Man, I love these. They're awesome for this kind of stuff. And not one, but 2 strainers. We're gonna double strain after we've filtered through here. We're gonna strain it twice again over here. So let's just go ahead and get started. Now for this part, I highly recommend you have a trash can handy. Because, well, this, if you want to eat it, go for it, but I wouldn't. You've cooked all the flavor out of all of this. There's nothing left. Now, if you do composting, this is perfect for it. I do not. So, yeah, this is just going in the trash. Now you can see there's still stuff floating around in here, which is why this spout is so handy. So now, I'm gonna filter it not once, but twice. Look at all that. That's just from the first one. Little bit there, not too much, but that's all right. We can put a little bit more in there. Now, you don't have to use a Folgers coffee can like I am. Maybe you got Tupperware or whatever you want to use. So all this filtering and straining is going to take me a little while, and it's going to be boring to you. When I'm finished, I'm going to show you how many Folgers coffee cans worth of beef stock we got out of this. And I'll see you in just a couple seconds. We got 4 big old coffee cans worth of beef stock, and it just smells amazing. And we still got to try it. I mean, you want to know what this tastes like before you use it as an ingredient. It's got a nice richness to it. Of course, there's also a bit of grease on the top. That's why this is going to be put in the refrigerator overnight. On top of all these, you'll get this orange crust of grease that'll form as it separates out. Use a spoon like this or a fork. The next day, scrape it up with it, throw that in the trash. You don't want that. And then after that, stick it in the freezer and pull it out when you need it. And it was that easy. I mean, yeah, it took some time, but anybody can do that. Just get you a big old pot, throw in some beef bones and some veggies and herbs, and you got beef stock. Don't forget to save your coffee cans. They're not just for Grandpa to stick his screws in out in the barn. Granny uses them too. Trust me on this. So, what do you think of all this? I got a comment section down there. Use it. Tell me, what should I use this beef broth for? What kind of dish do you want to see? Do you want to see a soup or a pot roast or whatever comes to mind? Tell me what you think. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you next week.